on the Cat's Corner podcast, fastest podcast on the airwaves today, with your host, the three-time world karate champion, WCW legend, WWE legend, Academy Award nominated film actor, and our friend Ernest the Cat Miller. And I am your co-host, Big Shug Ray W. Don't mean to trouble you because I on this microphone I blaze fire. What's going on in your world today, Mr. Cat?
Man, listen, I'm glad you fans out there, whoever watching this, I'm so glad to have you on, have you watching us. And hopefully you be entertained today with this conversation and the thoughts, just my thoughts.
Me too. And before we get going, how about a word from our illustrious sponsor, Resite?
We're Resite. Of course, we offer all-inclusive site work. We're Resite. Of course, we have a dynamic site crew. We're Resite. We have secure foundations. We're Resite. Of course, we're good stewards. Resite redefines the way site work is done. Contact us at resite.com. It's re-site.com.
Thank you to our sponsor, Resite, re-site.com, Resite. Also, don't forget the Cash App. That's the $ Cat's Corner Podcast. Please, when you find a little extra money laying around and you don't know what to do with it, send it our way so we can get some more great guests for you here on the Cat's Corner Podcast. So what's going on?
And we also would like for them to subscribe, to like.
Yeah, smash that daggone like button.
And let us know. Leave a message. Let us know who you guys want to see.
I mean, if it's Ric Flair,
we can get in about it. Let us know who you want. Just okay, hey Cat, go get who give me a good
Disco Inferno. Go get Disco Inferno.
Get Disco Inferno. We can get Disco Inferno. We can get anybody. So Big Ray, this is what I'm talking. This is the topic right here for today. And it's the topic of family, helping family. That's how I'm going to look at it.
Like father, like son?
Let me break it down to you. Families are usually tight. You know, growing up in my childhood, I remember all spending the night over grandma's house. Grandma had a little bit of house. But listen, you had people sleeping everywhere. Uncle, cousin, just spending the weekend down at grandma. And when one get up, we all get up. We talking, we sharing life, we looking for things just to make each other happy. It's a good family situation. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for my family, especially my son, my kids. Most of the stuff I've done in life, I like to believe that I open a path to something that my kids can one day follow me to. Now, wrestling is a little hard. You know, wrestling is a little hard, but I think I kicked some doors open to where if one of my sons or my grandson or somebody comes and say, hey, I want to try being a wrestler. And they said, well, who do you know in the business or been in the business? And they can say, hey, my dad or my granddad were Ernest the Cat Miller. To the right person, that means something. To the right person, that means something. But looking into your evil eyes, Big Ray, I already know that you selfish.
I don't understand where you're coming from, but
let me.
I'm a very generous man.
Well, let me know. You may not understand where I'm coming from, but you're gonna know where I'm going. Big Ray, you look like one of those guys who will hate on anybody. You'll hate on the grandson, helping the granddaddy. You understand?
It just depends on the granddad and depends on the grandson.
Jesus was on the cross, you probably hated on the angels trying to get him down.
I don't hate on no angels now. I draw the line, you devil. Get behind me, Satan.
So this is what I'm talking about right here. Let's look at some of the wrestlers, man, who are in the business, who have fathers or mothers or uncles or somebody that was there before them.
Do we want to start? Do we want to start with like what's going on right now?
No, we don't want to start. I'm going back. What's going on right now? Been going on. What do you mean? What's going on? See,
do we want to start with Braun Breaker, who is Rick Steiner's son, who's the current intercontinental champion? I mean, do we want to start there? I mean, do we want to start?
Well, listen. We already started. What do you mean starting? What do you mean starting?
Well, you said you wanted to go. You want to talk about some wrestlers whose parents have paved the way for them. That one comes to mind because it's something I see Mondays and Fridays.
And that's the only thing you see Monday and Friday.
Well, no, I mean, there's several. I mean, you got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You got several.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. What do you think his daughter is just there because she's The Rock's daughter?
I didn't say that.
Have you ever watched?
I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that. I think that. I don't know if she's hurt or what, but she was supposed to be an in-ring talent, but she ain't been in the ring in well over a year.
Do you think she have to worry about that now, knowing that her father is like one of the owners now?
He's the final boss, baby.
So what the hell are you talking about then?
I'm saying that she was an in-ring talent, and now she's running or on-screen general manager of NXT.
How did you jump from a kid getting into wrestling to the top? The top boss's daughter in the business. I mean,
we're just talking about people that are in there. We can talk about Natalya. We can talart about Natalya Neidhart, whose dad was Jim the Anvil Neidhart, whose uncle was Bret the Hitman Hart, and our friend Owen Hart.
So
and
do
the
you
British
think,
Bulldog.
So can I ask you a question? You keep going on with the names I already told you, first of all.
Right.
So it ain't like you coming up with something yourself.
You ain't told me none of this.
Stop stealing my shit. I need a break, man. Who the hell? I feel good. Who in the hell changed my music, man? Tell Cody he gonna
hit my music.
What the hell, Cody? Man, what was my other mind-easing music?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
We back on the Cat's Corner podcast.
Ray, this is my peace time. Can I have my peace? I need to bring it down, Ray. I don't need to hear your fat lips over my music.
Slow it down.
Ray, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Feel the music. Let the music drive you, baby. Yeah.
Jody, get ready. Got this music on. You know how it does me.
All right. Now we're back. We're back in. But this is what I'm talking about. Like in the other sport, and you know where we're going. You know exactly where we're going. But right now, let's take our time to get there. Let's use what we have as an example. We got a lot of kids whose fathers probably helped them get in the business of wrestling. You know, you got a lot of friend on friends helping friends get in. Hell, you know what? Hogan.
Brother.
Hogan and Bruder Beefcake been together for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And they said some of the work that when he was in WCW, I heard straight from the horse's mouth. One of them, the only reason he is because he's Hogan's
best friend. Yeah.
And Hogan came in and he said, hey, I want these guys to come in with me. How about giving these guys a job? And that's what happened. Now, what did they do when they got there? I think his career was okay.
Do you think his career was better in the WCW than when he was Brutus the Barber Beefcake when he was in the WWE?
Well, if you go by Brutus Beefcake in WWE, he was worthy of being there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
he had the
should have been there
barbershop. He
because
had his own little show.
he did a great job. He did a great job in WWE. But there's still Hogan had to knock on the door and say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to WCW. Do you want to ride with me?" I've been there before. You know, I got a couple of friends who got jobs in Australia, Dubai, and guess what? They called me and said, "Hey, Cat, bring the cat along, bring my friend along," and they brought me along and paid me pretty good.
Right on.
But I was somebody. I was already a name.
Yeah.
But listen, there's still those guys laying back behind the picture, always got something to say. You know, you got these internet geeks. That's all they do. They in their grandma basement, just saying all kinds of shit on the internet, just because they
Keyboard
can.
warriors.
Just because they can. So you know, you have people doubting what people could do just because of the way they got in. How about giving somebody a chance? How about giving somebody a chance?
Who we giving a chance to? Who we trying to give a chance to?
Is that a question for me?
Yes, sir. Who would you like to give a chance to?
To
Who
get
would
in
you
the
like to
business?
see the media let up off of and just give somebody a chance? Who would you like to see?
I like to give all the people a chance that have fathers there before them. Give them a chance before you start trying to bury them. But see, wrestling is different. But you go to other sports, you know, like basketball.
I was about to say that wrestling fans are a lot more forgiving than regular sports people are.
What do they have to forgive? Is wrestling.
But I'm just saying, if somebody like Bruno Sammartino's son, for example, who really wasn't that good, they really embraced him.
But you can't blame those people for not being as good. You can't blame.
But what I'm saying is they had really embraced him and really made him feel like he was great. But we all know that he was less than great. And David Flair, for example, who wasn't that great of a wrestler, but the fans really took to him and got behind him. He got a push.
Hey, Ray, Ernest the Cat Miller, they said wasn't good in the ring, but I had charisma. So you don't have to be good in the ring.
But you were real too, though. That's another thing that you can't deny. You came from a real background where you were really whooping people's asses, and then you come in the wrestling ring. Maybe you weren't the greatest technician, and you didn't know hammer locks and leg locks and all these other stuff, but you knew how to get around in that ring quick, and you had great agility, and your stuff looked good. I mean, I thought your punches looked good. Your kicks looked great.
I don't think the work I did in the ring got me over. I think the charisma, the conversation, I think the angles that they put me in, the situation that they put me in, I think that really, really helped me get over. But they gave me time. People gave me time. There was a few people that talked about, oh, he's green. You know what green means, right?
Green, yes, I know what green is. Green is young and new.
Who's that lady in the back? Look at.
Yeah, Jody, what are you doing in the podcast, fool?
What'd you say?
She said Cannon's about to be in it too.
Oh, I see them both together.
You just barely got in. Honey, I've got a background up. Let's quit talking to me while I'm on the show.
So listen, Big Ray. We had to have something to get in. And now today it'll probably be hard for us to just come in and disappear like that in the business and work. Because your
mic skills got you over.
But listen, not only that now, we don't just have to worry about the upper echelon of wrestlers looking down at us trying to get in. You got to worry about the boss. Let's say Vince McMahon, Triple H. You got to worry about the other wrestlers in the locker room.
Shawn
What
Michaels,
they say about it.
NXT.
You got to worry about the internet geeks, the internet people.
Yeah, you got to
You got to worry about these people who have the right to feel the way they feel and appreciate what they appreciate. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they should be able to let you know.
Meltzer's 5-star ratings and all this other stuff, and people put a lot of emphasis on that. But getting back to what we were headed to, I say when other sports are involved, like basketball or football or something like that, and somebody's son is trying to follow in their father's footsteps, or the daughter's trying to follow in their mom's footsteps, whatever the case may be. Seems like there's a lot of people got a lot of opinions about it.
Well, let me ask you this right here. You had two kids that played sports, right?
I had a daughter that played volleyball and a son that played basketball.
One thing I learned real quick, not to voice my opinion of any play made on the court during the time these guys were playing, my kids were playing. Don't say he can't shoot about one of the other kids. Don't ever say he don't pass the ball or he shouldn't be in the game. Don't ever say that. You know why? Because you never know who you sitting next to. You know,
could be their kid.
Could be their kid. So they always said, don't say anything. Just watch the game. So that's what I'm talking about. But even
I only critiqued my own kids' performances when I was yelling. I wasn't, or the referee.
I will
get on the referee's ass in a minute.
But you're free to say that if you want to. But the reaction that you may get, what do you expect? Does somebody tell you shut up? Don't talk about my kid?
I've had to about fight my way out of the gym at least a dozen times, dog.
Because think about this. Because you see a kid playing and doing something, and they make a mistake, you can't say anything about it.
No,
you can't just say. Now, wrestling, you see somebody who suck in the ring, the wrestling fan can go, he suck.
You suck. Yeah, because that's part of the show. But in real life, you couldn't do that.
Yeah, they make
go up to somebody's job that's pouring coffee at Starbucks and scream at them, you suck.
Yeah, well, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can.
This coffee ain't hot one for shit.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, Ray, is what do you expect a parent to hear? Mom or dad hear somebody talking about their kid.
Good job, son.
Yeah, you gonna
hang in there. Way to hang in there, girl.
Listen. I don't know where you're going, Ray. What was that?
I'm just saying that's what a parent's supposed to do is positively reinforce their children.
But how about somebody else's kid that's on the same team that's messing up? He missing every shot. He's not passing the ball. He taking every shot. Now let me ask you this right here. Now this kid father just happened to be the coach, and he still don't take that kid out. What would you say if your son were playing on the team? He wide open. He should be getting that attention. What would you think?
Oh, I would have to voice my opinion after the game, of course. We're going when they all huddled up over there and they talking and and it's time to talk about things. I'd probably have to bring that up. Be like, especially if we lost. Now, if we won the game, you ain't gonna hardly hear me say nothing. My son scores 2 points and we win the game, or if he scores 25 and we lose, I'm still mad we lost because I like to win. But at the end of the day, if I got a coach that son's playing and he's putting a lot of emphasis on his son, just trying to showcase his son, we probably going to either fish or cut bait here pretty soon. We're going to figure it out, or I'm going to not be part of that team, one or the other.
Well, let me tell you what wrestlers do. If you got somebody in the ring that is probably there based on this friendship, the son of some other wrestler, what you try to do, what they try to do, they try to go out and make you look bad. Intentionally, they try to make the matches bad. They try to make you look bad just so upper people say, hey, he don't deserve to be here. But we all know this. If I'm going against you in the ring, my responsibility is to make Ray look good.
Correct.
So, Ray, if you look terrible, guess whose fault that is?
It's yours.
That's my fault. So I'm responsible to make you look better, which I think is what make the world better when it comes to pro wrestling and kids and family, other family members following you into the ring. It look better.
I have to agree with you 100%. If you're the mechanic in the ring, you're the veteran, and I'm the rookie. It's up to you to call the match. I'm supposed to follow what you do, and if I look terrible, it's because you led me in the wrong direction.
So that's what I'm saying. So what? Somebody sitting home probably look at the other guy. Let's just say The Rock's son. Let's say if The Rock had a son and he started wrestling, The Rock was entertaining, he was funny, he was creative in the ring. And now this guy's going against me, the cat. Now, we go out and we have a bad match. When I say a bad match, it seemed like everything that his son did, it didn't turn out right.
It was clunky.
Everything he did was off. The timing was off. I mean, there was no connection in the ring. The crowd didn't get with it. This kid get out the ring. He go to the back. He feeling bad already, and his father step in and Rock step in and say, hey, what happened? The Rock know what's happened. We need a little time to make him get ready, to get him ready. We need a little time.
What would you do if The Rock said, hey, cat, you're supposed to make my kid look good. Give him some shine. Let him get a comeback.
I said, Rock,
you blew the comeback. What are you going to say?
I said, Rock, I did the match that they gave me. Pay me more money and let me travel with this kid. We'll get him right. That's what I would say. I'll get him right. I need longer than 5 minutes to get a kid right. And all the reason he's probably here is because he's your son. Now let's talk about LeBron James.
The king?
What do you think about him, that situation, man, with his son? So you had a son that played basketball, Big Ray. What would your son...
As well as you did, yes, as well as you did.
And I wanted to ask you, as a father, when your son had a great game, first of all, how did he get into basketball? Who was the first person to sign him up?
His local YMCA.
No, who took him to the YMCA?
Ray did. You know who did. You know who? Me. His
So
daddy.
say me. The fans don't know. I asked you a question. Who took your son to sign up for his first basketball game?
When he was 5 years old, we went to the local YMCA to do the high Y team, and they just randomly put him on this team.
Yeah,
and they ended up winning.
I want to know. Answer the question. You off course.
I did. I took him. Okay. I signed him up.
Stay right there. Calm down. Now stay right there. So you signed your son up. And why did you sign him up for basketball instead of ballet or horseshoes? Why did you sign him up for basketball?
He said, Daddy, I want to play basketball. And I said, okay. Are we going to be serious about basketball or you just want to go play? He said, I want to be serious about it. He was a big Kobe guy. He loved Kobe. And I was like, okay, he's a big Lakers fan, big Kobe fan, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, we're going to do this.
Now
he became a big LeBron fan.
Now, from day one to the last time he played basketball, didn't you see how he changed, how he matured, how he got better, how things the game got bigger to him? He was in the right fit, physically.
And sometimes not. You got to learn your way around it. Sometimes you're not in the right fit. Sometimes you want a team that does not benefit you at all.
But you got to see his improvement.
Right.
So
and then we get to change teams and we find a team that works.
Wait a minute. Didn't you start your own AU team?
No.
You were something on
I just helped My friend who's been doing it 23 years has a very successful AAU travel team. He recruited my son to come play. He was on a team that was lower. He
So where
wasn't
you going?
coaching.
We don't want to hear about the team.
But
We talking
anyway, he
about
recruited him to come to his team, which was the higher team. And he asked me would I help because he needed some help.
You helped him. You gave him
I helped coach.
a helping hand. Now,
Yes.
me, when my son played, I paid for the sneakers. I paid for the team. I was there to do anything I could, not just help my son, but to help the team.
Right.
To help the team.
I drove the team bus.
Now to see,
I motivated the team. I was the motivator. Blah 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 blah. Did a pregame preps, all that stuff.
What I'm trying to fool at, you gave a lot of your time to support not just your kid but the team, right?
A lot of listen, I took a lot of them kids under my wing. Bought a lot of shoes. Bought a lot of clothes. I got one now that's about to go out to Weber State out there in Utah.
That's not what we're talking about. We talking about.
I understand that, but I'm just saying we've had some success stories there.
Hey, stay right here, Big Ray. You drift off here and now then. You drift off, Big Ray. Now, the only thing I'm saying to this right here, you see how we, as fathers, supported our kids during the time that they needed us. We were there to do anything to make them successful. But Absolutely. We made them work hard. We didn't listen. I didn't go to the #1 team in AAU and say, "Hey, I'm gonna pay for this. Put my son on there." I did not do that. I let my son try out. Then whatever team he made, that's what the team I focus on. If my son just happened to come through, it'd be pretty good. It was a great team. He had a good time. He moved on to college. Then my son went on to play overseas. So I helped to build him. Sometimes with just me being his father and giving people a helping hand. And it was just, my kid would just benefit from it himself. A lot of other people benefit from it too, because they got to play with him. They got to see what kind of personality he had. He was a great person. Now let's move up. Let's upgrade. Suppose you were one of the owners of LA Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know where we going, Ray. Won't you take over and do some talking, man?
If I was, when you got the #1 quote unquote player in the world under contract and his contract's coming due and his son is eligible to be drafted and he makes the statement, if you want to keep me, you need to sign my son.
How do you know that?
That's what he said. That you can read it. You can go back and read it. He said, if I was Rob Pelinka and I wanted to keep my guy happy, I would use a draft pick. I don't want to say waste because I almost said that, but I would use a draft pick and pick his son. Now, his son was a okay college player at USC. He didn't start consistently for that team. He didn't average a whole lot of points.
Hey, Ray, he had a heart attack.
I know he did. God bless him, and I'm glad he's healthy and I'm all that good stuff.
Yeah, so he couldn't play at 100% anyway. How can you continue to play after having something like that to happen to you?
And it wasn't just a heart attack. He had cardiac arrest, which means his heart stopped completely. Cardiac arrest is different than a heart attack. So I could be having a heart attack right now while we talking. Listen, cardiac arrest, I'm gonna be like this right here. I'm gonna be gone. You ain't gonna see me.
But Ray, I don't understand. Well, I do understand. So why do so many people have something to say about this situation?
Because he's not that good to be coming off the bench for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, on the G team, I'm fine with that. Go down there and carve out a career for yourself, start averaging, 15, 18 points a game, and then get pulled up sometimes. But, man, when you're averaging less than 2 points a game, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough.
But you just sitting on the bench. You're on the bench for maybe 1 year or 2 years. He's not getting a lot of money. This dude already got money. And
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
he's a pretty good. I think he's a pretty good ball player. Whether he's better than some of the other players or not, I haven't taken the time to really kind of look that over or research that. But I know he's there, and the way some people talk about him, it's just like the internet. We picked this subject to talk about LeBron James and his son playing together. We picked this subject because somebody bound to pick it up and hear something. Oh, LeBron James, what are they talking about?
Well, the
Oh,
reason
that
we
was
picked it
just
up is
something.
because it was a scene that went viral courtside about a week and a half ago between Stephen A. Smith, by all accounts, the number one sports writer in the world, with the number one show on
But
TV,
he was,
First
but wait a
Take.
minute, Ray. I know what you're about to say, Ray. But he wasn't the only one talking about Bronny.
That's what I'm saying. But he was the one that caught the wrath of LeBron talking about Bronny, saying, "Keep my kid's name out your mouth, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that."
And when he caught up with him at a Lakers game, right?
Well, yeah, but he was there as a spectator. He wasn't there
I
as a
know he
commentator.
don't play basketball. He was just there, right? He wasn't working, was he?
He wasn't there on a official ESPN business. He was there with two friends. The guy that writes Larry, whatever his name is, that wrote Seinfeld, and somebody else. He was with those guys, and they were chilling there at courtside, and those were very expensive seats. And so he was chilling, and during a timeout, he stood up, and LeBron came by.
Wait a minute. Didn't this guy just get $100 million contract to do what he's doing, to talk about basketball, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And LeBron James, ain't no telling how many millions he getting playing basketball, right?
Well, he's getting $50 million a year, probably at minimum.
Bro, when have you ever saw two rich kids fight?
Not a lot, because one's scared and one's glad of it.
When have you saw two rich kids fight?
Been a long time.
Not often. Not often.
Not
now,
often.
let me ask you this right here. See, you follow down that road. I started this conversation with pro wrestling, some kind of wrestling rules, the way the wrestling world handled the situation. That's how I started talking about this right here. Because pro wrestling, as we know it, is what? Entertainment.
Correct.
It's to get people to look at what they're doing. They may put a guy in the ring, like we were talking about The Rock's daughter. They may put her in the ring and want her to look bad because they got a story there to tell. That's how wrestling works. Now, this whole situation with LeBron James, tell me your thoughts of it first. And don't use my words. I know what you're going to try to do.
I'm thinking that it could win one of two ways. It was an extremely upset parent who obviously somebody sent him the tape or the video of Stephen A. going off on Bronny, or it's a work.
Did they?
They trying to drum up. They're trying to drum up.
You always stealing my stuff. You never said
I said it could go two ways. It could be a pissed off parent.
No, Ray. You never said a work until I said it. Now you want to come back and steal that. You always want to take my heat. You want to take my life.
I'm not taking your heat. I'm
you
saying
are trying to break.
One of two things could have happened there, because it never got to where it normally would get. But of course, you in the middle of a game, you probably ain't gonna throw a right hand, because now you just hit a spectator that's a paying customer at the arena that the people that you work for own. You can't do that in the crypto arena. Be slapping Patreons. But
listen, Ray.
Do you think it was a work?
Let me tell you something. I went to a Kobe game when Kobe his retirement game. They gave me jerseys. I got his jersey right now with my friend Tracy Murray.
T-Murray.
Let me tell you this. The way those seats are, you can't get nowhere that you're not supposed to be. Security everywhere. You know how many, we were sitting right down near the front row. You know how many celebrities we had around us?
A lot.
for someone to look over and see you, and he playing a basketball game, his mind's supposed to be on the game. Now, this is what I say about that. LeBron James, have you ever heard anything bad about this guy outside of basketball?
Just the sprinklings that you're hearing now about the P. Diddy stuff, but other than that, no.
Oh, that ain't none. That's parties, man. We've been partying long, man. Y'all white boys made party movies all day long.
Also, there was an Instagram model that said he was into DMs, if you will.
So what? I mean, he's a man. He's the number one basketball player in the world. NBA basketball player in the world. Women stay in the thing. Even if he smiled at one, they're gonna say, "Oh, LeBron James smiled at me." Did y'all see that?
He won't me. He
smiled at me. He tried to send me his phone number with his fingers, but people were watching. Come on, man.
I'm with you. No, he's been a model. Other than getting too involved in politics, in my opinion, he has been a model basketball player for the 22 years he's played.
So you mean to tell me all of a sudden this guy get that mad? As a father, I know, because somebody said something about his son, that son is not good enough to be on that level. And LeBron James did him injustice by putting this guy on, getting him on the team. It wasn't a fair move for the young man. The young man can't handle this moment. But yet and still, if you watch LeBron James' son, Bronny, on the sideline, where he float around and interact with the people, man, he looked like he's well in control of the situation.
Oh, yeah. I've never said he was terrible. He's not a terrible basketball player. He's just, I don't think he's the 55th best player in college. I just don't.
Well, he's there. His father is there, so he got the right to be there too. And LeBron, and I'm gonna tell you, Stephen A. Smith also got the right to talk about Bronny in the way he wanted to, because that's what they just paid this guy $100 million to do. They paid Stephen A. Smith $100 million to talk about whatever ESPN want them to talk about.
That is correct. That is very correct.
So knowing this right here, how can LeBron James, did just like LeBron James getting ready to take a bad shot. He about to take a three when all he got to do is take a layup. And out of nowhere comes Stephen A. Smith and blocked the man's shot with his suit on. Blocked the man's shot. He said, "No, shoot from there. Go shoot. Go make a layup."
Go make a layup.
That's interfering with his work. So why would LeBron James think it's right for him to approach somebody watching a game? Watching a game.
Upset parent, man. Upset
get
parent.
in his face and do nothing. He didn't do nothing but keep my kid name out of your mouth. That did not do anything. Not at all. It actually made him look bad, because it made Stephen A. Smith look like he was standing eye to eye with somebody 6'9". And he wasn't bucking, he wasn't moving around, he did not run. So with me thinking this is either a bad decision by LeBron James to go over and to confront a man for doing his job, you put your son in this. Correct. You help your son out. We understand. But these are some of the factors that are involved with being an NBA player. You play a good game, people going to talk about you good.
Right. You play a terrible game, they're going to talk about how terrible it was.
So that's why I believe it was all made for TV.
So you think it was a work to get people talking, and 50 million people downloaded it or wherever it was. It's a crazy number. Oh, Lord. Oh, I gotta get up. Gotta get up and dance a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I threw my back out. LeBron James. LeBron James.
Man, I'm telling you, man, if we didn't have this music, thank you, Cody. If I didn't have this music, man, with some of the stuff that's going on in the world, and we get to talk about it here on the Cat's Corner. Listen, we're going to take the podcast off here. We're going to just call it the Cat's Corner Show because, listen, in the near future, we got some big names we interview. We don't need to interview people all the time, but we got people we interview. We got top name wrestlers. We got a lot of big name wrestlers coming on. We got, I'm not going to call the name because I like to surprise you.
Yeah, let's surprise the people.
You guys get on and do this right here. So listen, Big Ray, but this is one thing that I want to end this way.
Okay.
Stephen A. Smith, to me, have no backbone. I don't like Stephen A. Smith. I don't like him. I don't like him. But I don't like Ric Flair. You get it? But then me and Ric Flair? But me and Ric Flair are good friends. Off TV, out of the ring. You understand what I'm saying? LeBron James. I love LeBron James. He one of the best basketball players ever. I love him.
Better than Jordan.
I love him being a good citizen. I ain't gonna even go there with Jordan. We ain't talking about that. We talking about how good. Let me tell you something. Right now, if Michael Jordan came on the basketball court and challenged LeBron James will kill him. So we talking about right now. We ain't talking about when he's
65 years old. Of course.
Okay, then. So why are you bringing up? Look,
I'm talking about prime to prime, baby.
We ain't talking. You can't do prime to prime when they ain't prime time. You can't do it when they ain't prime time. You talking about when Michael Jordan was doing his prime is when you had a straight hairline going across there. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. I got a straight hairline, baby.
You got a mohawk.
Look what you got.
I got a nice shaved head, baby.
Yeah,
have you ever heard?
I can see what you're thinking.
Hey, you ever heard of Isaac? Have you ever heard of the black man Isaac Hayes, baby?
Yes, I have.
He was smooth, baby.
Smooth.
Let me take off your clothes.
Oh, Lord. That's
Let
Teddy
me
Pendergrass.
move you, baby.
Take him off.
Hey, turn that music back up, man. Cody, don't turn it down on me. I can't hear it. Yeah, I got to hear this, Cody.
Soothing sounds.
You got to move with this thing, Cody. Yeah. LeBron James, baby.
LeBron James.
Made for TV. Made for TV. What they did was made for TV, and they fooled all you guys.
Yeah, he didn't get Stephen Ray Smith. I can tell you that. He didn't get Stephen Ray Smith's face. I'd have slapped that brother down.
I called one of my friends that worked for ESPN and said that's not even like LeBron James. They'll approach nobody like that in the opening. Say if he were gonna be there, he was gonna be there after the game. Stephen A. Smith was gonna be there after the game.
He saw him.
He said, matter of fact, they go out the same way. Go the tunnel out to leave the venue the same way.
Go out with the regular folks.
When I went there, they got a parking space right down low where everybody pull in, and the guy tell us to park. Tracy Murray, played with him. He pulled right in. We walked right down the tunnel, right to our seats. So they were gonna walk out the same way. Why did they do this? Why did they do this on TV?
They wanted them numbers, baby. They wanted people talking about it. And we fell into the trap on the Cat's Corner podcast.
Ray, you get pretty good at this, baby. Keep rapping. Y'all fell into the trap. How many people, Ray, how many people looked at that?
50 million people fell in the trap.
They were tricked, baby.
You got
LeBron James.
You got bamboozled.
ESPN.
You got
and the Lakers. The Lakers struck them again.
Plymouth Rock. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Yeah, baby. Let me tell you. Yeah, they were tricked again. Everybody looking around like LeBron James gonna really fight somebody. LeBron James is a basketball player. He's not a fighter. Stephen A. Smith may talk like he wanted to fight, but you can see he can't fight. He can just barely walk.
LeBron was about to get these hands.
Stephen A. Smith, listen, if Stephen A. Smith thought it was going to be a problem, believe me, he got enough money. He would have had a couple of big bodyguards with him.
Security.
If he thought his words was gonna get him
that got him
into
offended.
a fight. Yeah. Let me tell you something. This guy would have been walking around with a basketball. Listen, that's just like me talking about all the wrestlers. That's just like me talking about The Undertaker. That's just like me talking about Stone Cold. That's just like me talking about The Rock. That's just like me talking about Dustin Rhodes. It's just like me talking about a whole bunch of wrestlers that I work with. Goldberg, Stevie Ray Huffman, Harlem Heat, Booker T. I work with all these guys. I can say whatever the hell I want to say about them because you know why? They're not going to approach me. You know why they won't approach me?
Why? Because you'll dance with them. That's right.
The reason they won't approach me is because I'm a bad dude. Who gonna kick my ass? Who gonna kick the cat? Nobody. There's not a wrestler out there in this damn world right now, or even about 20 years ago, can do anything to this face.
You heard
You understand what I'm saying?
He has spoken.
Nobody. Listen, bro, if that was my son and I was mad at Stephen A. Smith and he was right there, I would have waited till Stephen A. Smith stood up in the fine new suit and I would have went in front, kicked him in the chest right there, and pushed him through the chairs.
Right in the chest.
And then I would have said, hey, you don't talk about my kid. What the hell? I'm going to walk up on somebody like that and talk, why are you doing that now? He just made you and your son look like a punk.
I agree.
I would have kicked him right in the chest if I was just angry enough to do that.
And then I kicked him in the ding ding.
But listen, bro, I do not blame. I hope you guys like this episode too. This is just something we threw out there.
We just threw it together.
Listen, we just want to entertain you guys, man. Have a conversation.
We ain't mad at nobody. Please, Mr. Goldberg, Mr. Undertaker.
We didn't
please don't beat up the cat next time you see him.
Listen, bro, you can say whatever you want to. Let them come get some. That's what I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let me tell you this. We did not try to start anything. We just
ain't finna run from nothing.
We just got together and put this show together just because we want you guys to have another episode. But we wanted you guys to understand our thoughts, our position, our stance, what we believe in, and we believe that was fake.
Yeah.
That episode with LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith was all fake. Bullshit. You see, pro wrestling, it's entertainment. We let you know it's entertainment. You can be good in the ring or you can be bad in the ring, but you can still tell a good damn story with whoever the match is in the ring. So we don't talk about the fathers of the father, the kids of the father that we work with. We don't talk about them.
Thank God.
So, Big Ray, any last thing you got to say before we close this out?
Man, I'm just happy to be alive in America. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm looking forward to listening to your podcast with Jericho. Talk is Jericho.
Oh, yeah. You need to check that out. We had a great conversation. And Jericho, man, he got millions of followers. He got a big podcast. And
correct.
He wanted to have the cat on there because he feels the cat's got something to say.
He said.
And guess what? You got us on Cat's Corner right here. We got something to say.
One of these days, we're going to get Chris Jericho on this show.
Big Ray, we could talk about anything. We don't need nobody, Big Ray. We could just shoot this shit like this with me and you just talking. Just talking. It's
entertainment enough.
So if you guys want to hear us talk about something you really think that it'll lay out good
in the comments.
People, put it in the comment. Send it to Cat's Corner. We'll read them and we'll get back to you. And any fan that hit the cats out, we sitting there surprised. The first guy that did it, he got a lot of stuff. Cody, I got to see you the picture so you can post his picture when we talk about what this guy received.
Did he take a picture of the stuff? Did he take a picture?
He took a picture. With all the stuff? He took a picture with me with everything saying, thank you. Then hit the cash out again. He donated again. This is all a donation. A donation to help this podcast grow. Matter of fact, we ain't going to call it the podcast. We're going to call it the Cat's Corner Grow. The Cat's Corner Show Grow. Because we're going to bring some people on.
The show will grow if you
We
put some dough.
we got this special lady I want to bring on because she throw that N-word around all the time.
Yeah, baby. Now.
And she won't do it. She won't do it, but I think I could get her to do it. That's your wife, Ray.
Oh, yeah. She bad about it. She
Yeah.
bad about it.
No, I'm just saying she won't do it, but we can get her one time. She got
Just
my
one time.
permission. She got my permission, Ray.
She can say the N-word one time.
Y'all need to sling it around over there in that White House.
I'd like for y'all just to lease it. If y'all would lease that word out, y'all make some money. Because I'd lease it for a day too.
Bro, no, because y'all are stealing. Y'all are
No, if you're leasing it, we can't own it if you lease it.
You can only use it when you're in front of a such of a crowd. But see, you guys will wait till you get in the car and then traffic, then use it like crazy.
Be like saying
No,
like
there you go. Yeah, that's one of them right there.
Oh.
But anyway, Big Ray, listen, Big Ray, thanks for being here, man.
Man, thanks for having me on again today. Thank you, Cody, behind the scenes. Thanks to all of our fans and people out there, and also Recite. We couldn't do it without you.
All right, Big Ray, over and out there, Sergeant.
We'll catch you next time.